Sagittarius, it's the 28th of May today, but we're going to do a timeless reading, okay? So just whenever this finds you, okay? And yeah, and as always, you know, take what resonates and leave the rest. And I did just shuffle the Keepers of the Light just to see, you know, what guides are specifically around to help us at the moment. The first one that came through was Master Jesus. So you are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness here for you, Sagittarius. Okay, and also we have Odin, which is the Norse god Odin. Psychic insight. Okay, it says your third eye is open. See truth for what it is, and follow your intuition. Okay. So if you're sifting through some things, you know, this kind of the little phrase, see truth for what it is, really just stood out for me. And I think we are kind of all going to be moving into our own personal truth. I think maybe one of the catchphrases or the catchwords is going to be personalization of everything. Okay, individuation, personalization, self-realization. That's not to say that we are, you know, separating ourselves from others completely, but we are going to have to allow ourselves time and space on a fairly regular basis to have just some time to self. Okay, El Mariah is awakening presence, which is he's an ascended master. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. So this is, I guess, if you are feeling at the mercy of forces that are flying around and energies that are, you know, low vibe energies that are just hitting you, and your sensitivities are heightened and it's kind of becoming overwhelming, just know that you are protected and loved, okay? And that the more you step into your own personal truth, the more you will feel the presence, your own personal presence. And sometimes we might need to create boundaries to give ourselves time to do that, okay? The time and space to do that. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see what's going to jump out here for you in your tarot reading. Yeah, and also we have Melchizedek helping us, Sisterhood of the Rose, Metatron, our own dragon energies, okay, archangels, other archangels, ascended masters, and our higher selves and the light beings as well. Like there's a whole lot of, literally every one of us has a pantheon of people helping us in higher realms, okay, not to mention our own interdimensional selves, multidimensional selves, I should say. Seven of Pentacles for the Center, Sagittarius. I think you are consolidating. You're taking a really good look at something here in your life. Something has come under the microscope and you're really examining it more closely, if that resonates. Let's see what else is going to jump out. And we'll just have a look here. Okay, something's fallen, so we'll grab that one. 7, 2 sevens, that's interesting. 7 of Wands. So, yeah, I think maybe what you're examining is maybe you're experiencing some inner resistance, or maybe you're looking at this idea of boundaries. Maybe you are needing to create some boundaries for yourself. Maybe you're thinking, have I been doing that? Maybe I need to start doing that. Let's continue. 4 of Swords. King of Cups, 10 of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Magician, and your current energy, that's very powerful. You also have the 8 of Cups here, 3 of Pentacles, and the Fool to finish. Very high frequency energy there, source connection. And you have Page of Wands as well, embarking on a new path. Okay, I'm just going to take a closer look at these energies and get back to you in a moment. Okay, Sagittarius, driving the reading, you have the 4 of Swords. And I feel like you are taking some time out. Maybe you're doing some more meditation, a bit more than normal. You're kind of contemplating your higher self here, maybe your egoic self. And you're really taking a good look. I feel like this reading is basically about you really coming into alignment with your spiritual self. And this is the Fool, okay? He's very source connected, trusting and believing in him or herself. There could be an aspect of, sometimes this card talks about naivety or risk taking, but I don't feel that that's what it's talking about in the reading here, because you have this, you're very looking at something really closely here, you're examining it, and it's sort of to do with your inner boundaries, maybe some inner resistance. And you're really kind of meditating on this and going within, okay? I don't think there's anything, there's nothing rash or immature about this energy here, Sagittarius, okay? Because you also have this King of Cups. This is a very wise energy. I feel like maybe you've been holding space for others, okay? Maybe you've been, managing other people, maybe in your personal life, maybe also in your professional life. Not really sure if that resonates. But, you know, this has sort of become, you know, it may have become a bit of a burden, okay? And because you then have the Knight of Wands, where you are kind of like going, you know, you've kind of had enough. It's almost like you're moving away from this energy here and kind of moving into your own thing, because the flow on from here is the Magician. So it's like you're kind of going, maybe this has been a quick decision. Sometimes the Knight of Wands warns against making rash decisions or acting impulsively. But I think what you're moving into is your inner magician, your inner resources and your external resources, things around you, even your soul resources. And maybe you're coming into a greater awareness of your, maybe your past lives on earth, your, I guess, spiritual lives. And you could certainly be sort of awakening into this idea of your presence here with El Mariah. You know, your personal presence, and with Odin here, your personal truth. I mean, maybe you're feeling into this energy, okay? You're getting some insight. Sevens are very spiritual. You have 2 sevens at the center of your reading here. Can often indicate study or focus of the mind. And it's like, I think you're coming into your personal truth here. And you might also be going through a process of self-forgiveness here, okay? And, you know, in terms of if you have been giving out a lot here, and maybe you have been ignoring your own needs to some extent, possibly, Sagittarius, okay, if that resonates. Maybe you're sort of doing a turnaround now where you're saying, well, look, you know, I really need to back myself here and just take a bit of a leap of faith and follow my own truth, my own intuition, step into my presence. And that can sometimes be a more powerful place to be coming from. Here you are, Page of Wands, contemplating and a new spiritual path, okay? Personal growth and development. That's what this is, sort of, you know, it has growth on this wand here. So it's alignment, it's creativity, it's spirituality. And the interesting thing is underneath you have the King of Swords in the reverse, which is kind of saying you are no longer going to be second guessing yourself. This is not an intellectual thing now, okay? This is not an intellectual energy. It is mind, well, it is holistic, okay? It is your soul energy, okay? So you're really taking your feelings, your body, everything is coming into account, not just, this is a very mind, okay, very intellect. But now it's like, okay, it's going to be a holistic thing. And I think you are really, and here we are, the external influences is that you are moving towards more fulfillment. And I think this is what your spirit guides. I think you're sensing the energies around you as well, that are kind of, you know, these high frequency energies and downloads that we're getting are really kind of nudging us in the direction of personal truth. We have to become more transparent. We are getting rid of, clearing all of our subconscious BS and all of our conscious BS, okay, about ourselves, about reality in general. And this is moving towards that, you know, combination of sun and moon, masculine and feminine, conscious and subconscious. You're going to become clearer, and the energies are such that we're all being supported in that endeavor. Your goal here, Sagittarius, is that you are going to become a co-creator, okay? And this is what you're looking to move into, a co-creation. We did mention before about focusing in on personal truth and becoming more self-aware, but as we do that, once we have, we can sort of step into our oneness of self and our connection with spirit and feel aligned, then we're going to be, when you get a few people that are of that vibration, okay, it's going to be pretty powerful, and we're going to be able to create some pretty awesome stuff. And I think you may even have something in mind here, Sagittarius, but even if you don't particularly, I think you just have a general feeling that you're going to be working with other people down the track, okay? Yeah, this is a really awesome reading. I'm just going to grab a Sacred Forest Oracle here for you as well. It's to just, the Four of Swords, I think you're looking at, maybe you're examining societal and cultural ideas. Maybe you're conditioning, as children and teens, we can be conditioned into believing certain things and about our lives, about ourselves, and about reality in general. And you could be sort of questioning a lot of that stuff right now. Okay. Let's grab a card off the top here for you. Success. Secret Spring. Yeah, Secret Spring. So, I think you're going to be unveiling some secrets here within yourself, Sagittarius, and I think you're going to have some success at releasing those things. And it's going to be like a passage. This is like a pathway, a passage, a spiritual process that you're going through. And there's a lot of red in this reading too, the Magician, okay? You're going to be awakening to your own spirituality, your own inner wizard, your inner witch, your inner priestess, shaman, whatever, all of that sort of healing energy work type of stuff. And here we have Focus, okay? Wizard of the Woods, we just mentioned wizard, okay? So maybe you are feeling into this wizard energy or witch energy. You might also be resonant with the Norse gods. Okay, we also have a person with a white beard here, Odin. So I'm helping with psychic insight. So this can be about maybe during your meditations, you are learning how to focus the mind. Maybe you're going to be developing your psychic skills, abilities, as something that might be a part of your personal truth, okay, as you move forward. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck here. Moonlight Enchantment. Yeah, magic. Perfect. That is a perfect card to finish because we have the Magician. The Magician is magic, okay? And this is about you awakening into your inner magic, Sagittarius. Okay. Oh, sorry. Inner magic and your personal truth. So I think we might wrap it up there. But I think you're going through some spiritual growth process. You're looking at consolidating things. You are going to need to create some boundaries for yourself so that you can get some time and space to kind of do some meditation on this if you're not already doing that, okay? So that's what I have for you. Hope that's been helpful. Look forward to our next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, great week, and I'll see you again soon.